all the way in Wellington, New Zealand. The time right now, 9 p.m. A big thank you to all the listeners tuning in from around the world today. I'm your host, Sam Carter, and coming right up in part 2 is Oh My K-Pop, with the amazing NIve joining us, and today we'll be closely exploring K-pop musicians that we love. We do this every single week, of course. Today we are talking all about a bit of a living legend, everyone. Chang Gi-ha is the topic. Send in a song by Chang Gi-ha that you want to listen to. Tell us why you like this particular artist, and you can write in for a chance to get a video message from myself and NIve. Also, don't forget, you can listen to this segment again through Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and Amazon Podcast. If you also would like to take part in the show, again, very welcome to do so. Just make sure that you do go to the official homepage, adidangradio.com, go to the Super K-Pop page and click Send Message on the left-hand side.
Do you have different filter?
88.1 in South City. 101.9 in the Daejeon area. Channel 144 on Sirius XM in the US and Young Radio. Tune in. Young Radio.
Alright listeners, stay tuned. We've got NIve joining us for Oh My K-Pop very soon. But as always, we're going to kick off part 2 with another brilliant NIve song. This one's called Alarm.
I screwed up. What's this?
Oh, that is beautiful.
Oh no. Yeah. I'll stay with beard. Not beard. Not beard, but beard. It's so funny. Look at this. Every time I...
Yeah. 오, 커피 맛있다 이거.
다행이다.
Okay.
Alright.
On Adidang Radio, artists you want to hear and know. Now on Adidang Radio.
Do you all love K-pop?
If you do, welcome to this segment.
Ah.
Wow.
No wonder.
No microphone. Mic is not on, guys. So recording Changia episode right now.
Ne.
Is it yours? Is it mine?
It's yours. Mine's
Okay.
coming out.
Uh-huh.
Maybe we can teach them Spanish. Yes, teach us Spanish.
Teach us.
Español.
Teach us.
Dude, say this. ¿Me puede dar su número? ¿Me puede dar su número?
What?
¿Me puede
Me puede
dar su
dar su
número?
número.
¿Me puede dar su número? ¿Me puede dar su
Me puede dar su número.
Oh, número.
Número.
It means, what's your phone number?
Oh.
Oh, so good.
Wait, me puede
Dar su
dar su número.
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 Yeah. Número. ¿Me puede dar su número, señorita?
Or maybe I can just say numero.
Oh, número. The phone
Numero.
number.
Maybe that's a little too forced.
Hey, número. 번호.
It's like the cigar and it's
Yeah.
numero.
On Adidang Radio.
My number, no. You don't have to be sorry.
Alright, we're back. Do you all love K-pop?
If you do, welcome to this segment.
The K-pop musicians we love.
The reason why K-pop is loved all around the world.
During this time, I, Sam Carter,
And NIve will be closely examining and exploring K-pop through the musician's point of view.
Oh My K-pop. Indeed, listeners, it's Oh My K-pop time, and that means we are joined by absolute top singer, songwriter, and producer NIve is with us in the studio.
Hello, I am back.
Brother,
Back.
how are you doing today?
Great. In good shape, had a good sleep. Still in process of trying to be rested a little more, but knowing myself, I think I just need to get back to work. So I've been writing more and more songs these days.
Dude, that is very good to hear because we always want to know that NIve is writing more music, which is great. Apparently, it was Parents' Day recently, yesterday. You're quite close to your parents. You spend a lot of time with them.
Yes, I am. So I spend my time with parents from time to time, and especially with my mom too. I think we go for a drive quite often.
That's so nice.
And there in a car, we talk a lot about life, about where I'm going, where I'm heading. So my parents are really my mentor.
I love that. That's so nice to hear, actually. So nice to hear, because obviously I haven't seen mine in a while, but I remember you said driving, right?
Right.
In my early 20s, living in London, there'd be a few times where I'd take my dad on a drive. Mostly the conversation would involve, slow down, Sam. Slow down, Sam. Sam, slow down. Slow down. Stuff like that, which is quite funny. But it's nice that you're close. Do you talk about music as well?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
Quite opposite from you, actually. My mom actually says, like, speed up.
Hurry up.
Speed up. Oh my god, speed up. NIve! Brian! Speed up. Jisoo. I'm like, no, sorry.
Does your mum call you Brian sometimes?
Yeah.
Really?
Brian, Jisoo, Park Jisoo.
Oh, I like
when
that.
she's scolding me.
Oh yeah, when she's angry. Yeah. Oh, I get that. My mum calls me my Korean name when she's angry. Kim Im-gyu. Kim Im-gyu. I'm like, oh, okay, now it's a start or something.
Something about parents. You just have to. There's nothing wrong about what your parents tells you because, in the end, they love you and they want the best for you.
Absolutely.
But it's our kids' job to having to say no.
Yes, absolutely it is. Absolutely. I don't know if it's a bit late, but happy Parents' Day to all the lovely and amazing parents out there.
Happy Parents' Day, love your parents.
Yeah, hard job, isn't it, being a parent? Obviously, like we see you every Tuesday, mate. We always get quite curious about what our guests get up to on the day they come in because we start at 4 in the afternoon, but normally our guests come in at 5. It's a bit of it's kind of like the end of the working day almost.
Right.
So are you a morning person? Do you wake up in the mornings to do what is your like?
Honestly, I wake up when I wake up these days.
Oh, I love that, mate. That's a good thing.
More so than what time I get up and what to do at what time. I always have something to do every day. Apart from me resting, but I set up something to do. Let's say I set up topic A to do, and then whenever I am done with that A, I am done. I can go to sleep or I can get up late or early if I have to. So my day goes around not like related to what time I get up, but like am I going to be able to finish that topic, that job? Just get things done, and rest is just But I try my best to get up around latest 10:30.
Oh, I love that's good. That's nice and early.
But there are times that I wake up at 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
instead.
What do you mean?
I mean, life of me.
Oh, dearie. Do you know what, that is your typical musician though, man? Because obviously there's no 9-to-5 job. You just if you get something done, you can sleep then. If not,
Basically, we are all freelancers, so it's not like we have to go to a company at a certain time. That can be great, and that can be very hard.
Yeah.
At sometimes.
It can be.
Yeah.
At least we force you to wake up, which is good. Here at Super K-pop.
No, every day that I do Super K-pop, that's one of the only day that I feel like I'm like pumped.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you're out to see people, which is always nice.
Yes,
isn't it?
it's refreshing. So thank you, everyone at SKP team for having me always.
Me too. It saved my life, listeners. If it wasn't for this show, I'd be up at 10 p.m. every day, I think, probably. All right. So me and Eve, we've got Oh My K-pop to do today, of course. Firstly, shall we introduce this segment?
Yes. We will choose the K-pop musician of the hour, look back on their history from their debut till now, and Sam and I will be analyzing the reason why we think they're loved through our point of view.
Yeah, and we also need you, the listeners, your participation during this time.
Of course, during the middle of the segment, Sam and I will B-side tracks that we like by the artist.
And also for today's K-pop musician, we love you to take part. Send in a song by the artist that you want to hear. Tell us why you like this particular artist too.
Lastly, you can always send in your request for the K-pop musician that you want us to closely examine. We will actively reflect your opinions.
Yeah. And as always, me and Eve, we're doing a video message for one very lucky listener who takes part. So, look forward to that too. All right, mate. I'm very much looking forward to today's Oh My K-pop because of the artist we're talking about. Who is the K-pop musician of the day?
Today we're going to be talking about the legendary Jang Gi-ha. Information about him in 2008. He made his name known as the vocalist and the leader of the band Gi-ha and the Faces. Jang Gi-ha와 얼굴들. And he's currently working as a solo singer. His music career is now a new vitality of the Korean music industry and transforms the old into a complete new one. I would say like something different, like something very trendier, which is loved by many people. And he's one of the stars that celebrities want to meet. And he's a musician who's known as a super insider in the entertainment industry. So insa, right?
Yeah.
Called as an insa. And he's also a well-known celebrity who doesn't get up while drinking.
As in he stays there the whole time, yeah?
Yes, until the sun rises.
Wow.
Not only music, but also humanly attractive musician. Let's check out Gi-ha's song right now.
Yes, we're talking Jang Gi-ha today. Oh my goodness me. A long history as well. Real long history. He's somebody who I'm very curious about in many different ways. If we give you some basic info, way back in 2002, he was in the band 눈 뜨고 코베인, right? 눈코 band, and he started his music career as a drummer. That's how he started things. He also was a member of Youth Unemployment, consisting of Halla, Igita, and Jang Gi-ha as well. Like we kind of mentioned earlier, he likes to drink. He likes a good old drink, listeners. So he aired his first host entertainment show, The Geometry of Day Drinking. He was loved as a radio DJ for his very honest approach and honest talking on that. He's been in dramas, great on variety shows, and each time he gets a very positive response from the public. So he's not only a great musician, but a character in general who just has so many different talents as well.
New music information. It's a double title song of single released on 2023, April 5th. Do It or Not. He made Why Do You Try to Do Something When It's Totally Okay to Do Nothing.
What's the Korean title?
It's called 가만히 있으면 되는데 자꾸만 뭘 그렇게 하려 그래. From Levitation, released last year, and
I love it.
he kept listening to it and thought, what's wrong with doing it? 아니 좀 하면 어때서? And that's why he made the song called Do It. 해.
Yeah.
Jang Gi-ha wrote, composed, and arranged everything, and he's going to have a solo performance. Do It from the 21st. He said that it was an album that he made to perform.
That's interesting because when I heard it, I didn't think of it as a performance album, to be honest. But that's how unique his thinking is.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me laugh too. Like it has, like his song always have that humor into it.
But actually, it's not just humor. It's how people talk in real life.
Yeah, it's very, very, very relatable.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can I just say, we normally don't do this, but I want to read some of the lyrics for Hair. Do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
About to fall or not, on the verge of doing or not, about to fall or not, it's not that I don't want to do it, do it, do it. That's the lyrics for it. Honestly, we're not even making it up. It's genius, man.
To me, I don't know. Please let me know if anyone's offended by this, but I feel like he's like the combination of Matt Damon with Jack Black.
Oh, I like that. Because Jack Black, he makes very interesting music as well.
Yeah, he has humor into it, but like still he keeps his cool as well. I think Changia in this word he has that Western vibe to it for some reason. I think I know why.
You're so right about that.
Yeah. Right.
Jack Black has a band called Tenacious D, and they've got some hilarious songs which are very relatable. So yeah, we're talking about Changiha today. Because like when I first came to Korea, right, he wasn't one of the first artists I became aware of, and then I started listening to Changiha or Durki and the Faces, and I was like, wow, this guy like is because what I find interesting is the type of music you think about. It's you either hate it or you love it, probably. But in Korea, everyone seems to love it. But it's a genre that not everyone would love immediately, and that made me think, wow, he must be so special, right? It's something just quite incredible about him.
To me, he's like the first legendary singer who turned like very maniac genre into something very popular.
Yeah, right. Because originally very underground, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Underground music. At the era of like 2008, especially like late 2000s, were the era of something very different. I think there was when like I think 소녀시대, right? SNSD came out.
Yeah, they started out.
Like the era of idols were starting, and to think that Changia's music were playing during the time too, and still charting in the charts, says something about his musicality. It's very on a higher level.
Yeah.
But it just gives its humor. That's what's
humor
amazing
too.
about it.
Another great thing about him, right, is obviously the type of music he does was very, we call it in Korea like a maniac type of music, very sort of underground, maybe indie. But actually also he became like a celebrity. That's the thing about him. He became like a mainstream celebrity where everyone knows him. He's had a few very famous relationships as well.
Yes.
He's a very interesting character. The type of music he does is so different, but he's also like, but he's not like such a big of a celebrity that he like is all the time on your screens, right? He's like the perfect artist everyone wants to be, I think, in many ways, right? He's got enough fame to kind of do anything he wants to, but he's not too famous that like he's not a superstar like gets followed everywhere, right?
But basically everyone knows him, and
yes,
it's so
genius, man.
yeah, odd.
It is odd,
pleasantly odd.
It's he is a pleasantly odd musician.
Yeah, I mean, I would miss this kind of genre a lot if Changia wasn't here to do what he does.
Because he's the only one doing it.
Yeah, he makes it very colorful, this K-pop industry.
You're right. You're so right. Dude, I want to go ahead and have a listen. His new song,
yes.
I love it. It's the one we mentioned earlier, right?
Yes.
Should we have a listen to it? You want to introduce it?
This is, sorry.
No worries, mate.
This is our first NG. Wait, where's the song? Where's the song?
안 써있구나. 여기부터 찍을게요. 해 여기 안 써있어.
Does it? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, I was panicking.
안 써있어.
Sorry guys, I couldn't improvise, okay?
It happens. We do this all the time. 아, 이거 보면 되겠다. 너 이거 없구나.
Alright.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and have a listen. His new song. Yes, I love it. It's the one we mentioned earlier, right? Yes. Should we have a listen to it?
This is Hair Do by Changia.
Perfect.
Oh, that's funny.
괜찮아. The beard is a low-key distracting.
Something different, guys.
They call this the Samtonio filter. When I put this on, my name is Samtonio Banderas.
Oh. 아, 그렇구나. 안 적혔었구나.
Okay,
See, so professional of me.
So pro. Okay. There we go. That is Changi-ha with Hairdo, which is just... wait, what would you call that? What genre is this?
I feel like this song is just telling me to do it.
Right?
It's like it just gives me that obligation
Yeah.
that I felt like I never had.
It's very motivating.
Yeah.
It's very motivating.
It gives me that guilt as well.
That you're not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it makes you get up and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that though. If listeners, if you're lacking motivation, listen to Changi-ha's Hairdo and you'll end up doing whatever it is you need to do.
Do it right now, guys. To turn it into a little more like kind of like a more meaningful sounding sentence. You know, if you guys are hesitating to do something, just do it.
But after Super K-pop finishes, then do it.
Yes, please, please.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we're talking about Changi-ha today.
Please send in the song by them that you want to hear, and also tell us about the reason why you became their fan.
Yeah, me and NIve, we're also doing a video message for one very, very lucky listener as well. So keep that in mind. Okay, now Changi-ha has a lot of very famous songs that I thought maybe we could go and have a listen to and talk about. All right, let's go. Oh man, this is the one.
Yes, this is the one. This is called Cheap Coffee, 싸구려 커피. It's the title song of indie band Kiha and Face's debut single Cheap Coffee, 싸구려 커피, released on May 10th, 2008. It's unique that it is a household crafted record in which band members and label staff made and packaged CDs themselves. Sales skyrocketed after the name was known, and it recorded a remarkable sales of more than 10,000 copies, which is rare for an indie band. Still, nowadays, it's very rare too. Later, they used a machine that made 7 CDs at a time because they didn't have enough supplies.
That's crazy, man.
Oh man. In the acoustic guitar line of Wet and Messy Life is elaborated. It's a song in a strange style somewhere in the middle of murmuring and singing. And it's not a rap or narration. The murmuring part is the highlight. This song has received a reputation for representing the young generation of the time. And however, the fun thing is that Changi-ha himself has never lived alone in his life, and the lyrics of coffee, floorboards, dehumidifiers, etc., that appears in the lyrics are something that Changi-ha experienced while serving in the military. And when his boss ordered him to run a coffee errand, he was also forced to drink cheap coffee. And it was a coincidence that the students who lived alone sympathized with the lyrics.
They did. At this time, in 2008, I was 20, very, very early 20s, right? And the lyrics for this, I think you can so relate to, because at the time, for someone with no money and a student, going out to get like coffee from, the American coffee shops is quite expensive. So you'd go and have like either mixed coffee or like a cheap coffee. It completely represents a generation of people, which is genius, right? I still have that coffee sometimes though.
Me too.
It's good. It tastes good. It does taste good.
You get addicted to it.
You do. But again, do you know what? This could be released this year. Do you know what I mean?
I think it can go to like top 1.
Exactly. Like Changi-ha style, it just hasn't changed.
His songs are always sensational. Always has been, I think, always will be.
Yeah.
This part surprises me. Like they had to buy more CD suppliers.
It's just
So they got like 10,000 copies ordered for them. Still didn't go to the publisher to publish it. They just like bought one more
I love that.
machine, and it basically gives me an idea. You can do that.
Yeah, that's how music was done, you know, at the time with a band, and I love that.
That's awesome. I can smell it. I don't know why.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got a soul about it. So this song will always be quite legendary when it comes to Changiha. This one's called Saguro Copy Cheap Coffee.
And I'm drinking coffee too.
Oh.
One plus one.
Oh, mate, this song from the intro gives me goosebumps.
Yes. Well, this song actually made 장기야, honestly. Like, it publicly introduced them in a most proper way. So this is called I Heard a Rumor. 풍문으로 들었어. It's an inserted song in the movie War on Crime, The Age of Bad Guys. 범죄와의 전쟁, 나쁜 놈들의 전성시대. Starring 조민식 and 정우하. 최민식.
Yeah.
최민식 and 정우하, right? 하정우. It's the original song Rumor has it 풍문으로 들었어, sung by 80s group 함중아와 Yankees. 함중아 and the Yankees. Kia and Faces remade it for the movie in 2012. And how lonely were my days without you. It's the part of the lyrics, and the lyrics are about how you feel about a broken heart. 최민식, 하정우, and other bad guys, men like screens, intrigues with its odd offbeat. And in the music video, the scene of Kia and the Faces recording the song themselves was in it as well.
Yeah, man. Oh, do you know what? I knew about the song, but after watching the movie, I kind of fell in love with the song even more. I don't know, I'm a big fan of Korean like gangster films.
Right. This song fits it perfectly.
And it was so perfect.
Yeah.
And I also realised that Changiha, especially, he's the perfect artist for this sort of either gangster or noir film. Do you know what I mean?
Right. True. And plus, there are many remake songs for many OSTs.
Yeah.
But I think this is one of the most, I would say, like perfectly fitting band for perfectly fitting remade song. This is great.
It's iconic.
I think a lot of people these days, like younger people, younger generation, will probably think this song is 장기야 song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Because they do have a very kind of, a lot of their stuff has 80s influences, folk influences, maybe 90s influences. So you might call it retro nowadays. For me, that's when I was a kid, so I don't think of it as retro. But nowadays, you might think of it as retro, right?
True.
It is such a legend song. Love this, especially, as I said, in the movie, it was great. 풍문으로 들었어, I heard a rumor. Oh, when I first heard this song, I was in shock. I was in shock, mate.
Now, this is called 부럽지가 않아, MV None. This is the title song of his solo album, Levitation, 공중부양, released on February 22nd, 2022. It's an album that was released after 3 years hiatus after graduating from the band Kia and the Faces in 2018. And after 14 years since their debut, they released an album as a solo artist, and it's an album full of Kia's identity, and it adds weight to Jangya's uniqueness that makes use of the taste of Korean rhyme, and it's removed the other additional elements one by one, and he put his honest feelings into the lyrics, and he put a minimum minimal sounds to his vocal and included 5 songs without a bass.
Yeah.
The title track MV Non Propaganda was made by asking what is something that can beat all the braggings. And there might be people who don't think it's a rap because there's no rhyme. So MV Non was the title track like song.
This, I mean, it's an incredible piece of music, piece of art. I think it's basically him just kind of talking to himself in many ways.
Yeah, it's very self-therapeutic song, and to include like songs without bass, more than like 3 songs, it's challenge.
It's a big challenge.
Made it happen. I want to do that one time.
I know, right? I know, right? If you talk about some of the lyrics as well, if there's anything you want to brag about, feel free to do it. I'm fine, because I'm not jealous. I don't envy you at all. Oh, that's all. I'm just jealous. No, I'm not doing this for no reason. It's all because I'm jealous. I'm jealous, so I'll brag. So it's kind of him kind of going back and forth in his mind, and I love that. Maybe people can relate to that as well, I think.
It's completely relatable. I think at some point people, I am sure they thought about it.
Yeah.
You know, you envy somebody, but you really don't. But at the same time, you actually
do.
But you know which part.
Right.
So you just ask yourself, maybe I'm not envying that person.
Yeah.
Or maybe I am. Am I?
Yeah, right. I know,
that feeling. He's like,
I like how he did he cut it as well here for some like vocal sampling kind of stuff in the back end of this song. So random, but because he did it.
You know what's really funny?
Cool.
His songs gives me an impression of a facial expression.
Oh yeah. You can see his face.
Yeah.
When he's doing this. It's great. Right, this one's called 부럽지가 않아 Envy None. I also love the fact that, you know what, like with his the titles of his songs, I've just realised they're all written in the way he talks. 부럽지가 않아. Yeah, in that kind of way.
부럽지가 않아.
Yeah. In that sort of, you can hear his voice just and the way he talks. I think.
It's humorous. I just love it.
Yeah, it's so good. So Horace is very relatable. He is one of the most relatable artists out there. Just listening to 3 of his songs, it kind of makes you want to go back and just listen to even more of his music actually, because I don't know, if I feel like they take you on a journey a little bit through music genres and different stuff. He's actually a great singer as well, by the way. We haven't spoken about that. He's actually a great singer.
His enunciation, the way he speaks, the way he sings, I think he knows every element to be a great singer.
Yeah.
But I think he chooses a different path.
Yeah.
And he's good at it.
Absolutely. He's very good at it.
He's just like one hell of a artist.
One hell of an artist. I think maybe one reason as well, like why a lot of obviously lots of music lovers around the world love him, but especially in Korea, is his music has a very Korean soul about them. It's very kind of relatable to if you live in Korea or if you grew up in Korea, you can relate to a lot of the different stuff that he talks about, the topics, the kind of nuances in his lyrics and stuff. I think, I don't know, there's something cool about that as well.
Right.
Which is great. Cool, so we are talking all about the amazing Changi hat today.
Yes. Please send in the song by them that you want to hear, and also tell us about the reason why you became their fan.
That would be lovely. All right, dude. Well, I'm very excited because me and you've chosen some songs as well. Yeah. Do you want to go first, mate?
Yes, sir. So I brought this song that's part of the album 싸구려 Coffee, Cheap Coffee. Again, this was the track number 2 and released in 2008. Honestly, the reason that I chose this song, well, the name of the song is 느리게 걷자, let's walk slow.
Yeah.
Slowly or slow. It's the lyrics that caught me. And it's also the first clave-ish kind of like organ sound that starts when you press that play button.
Yeah.
All you hear is organ sound. and it's the sound that I actually use up to this date.
Love it, love it.
So I really love the song, and then I love this part about the song. It's a very minimal song, very simple song. It says, he says, if you just run like you're dying, like really really fast, you're not gonna be able to see this beautiful light walking kitten. So basically he's saying that don't be in a rush, just take your time, move slowly, and everything's going to be okay. So it hit me in a different sweet spot. In an odd way,
Yeah.
at an odd timing, with the odd lyrics.
Yeah.
So I genuinely enjoyed Changia's humor and his oddity, and just loved it. So I just wanted to share this with you guys all, because a lot of people focused on cheap coffee. So when one song gets like popular, the other songs that's in the album has possibility of like kind of like buried down.
Yeah.
But this album wasn't. But I still wanted to bring this out to you guys so that you guys can listen to it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great, mate. Well, I think one thing you've said, which is perfect, is odd lyrics, and I love that about Changiha.
So odd.
Great.
I love it.
Do you want to introduce it?
This is called 느리게 걷자 Let's Walk Slowly by 장기하.
Dude, 잠깐만. How do you
Oh, this one. I think this one.
Yeah.
There we go. Bye, 장기하.
이따 얘기해줄게.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
Right. Good too.
I was considering should I mention this?
Right. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
There we go, that was 느리게 걷자 Let's Walk Slow by Changiha. Oh, there's something about that sort of rough kind of acoustic guitar which is really nice as well in this song. Love it.
It just gives me that vibe. How should I say? It wants me to sit down somewhere in Yongsan.
Oh,
Korea.
okay.
Randomist cafe.
Oh, I see what you feel. Yeah, I get you.
Sunny day.
Yeah.
You buy coffee from the cafe.
Yeah.
You don't sit in the cafe. You just move to the rock nearby,
I like
and you
that.
sit by yourself,
Yeah.
and you sip on it, and then you listen to the song. It's gonna make you feel all better.
Yeah. I like that. There's definitely that about his music.
Yeah.
It touches you in a big way,
It
right?
makes you feel good.
It definitely does. Excellent. All right, listeners, talking Changiha today.
Please send in a song by them that you want to hear, and also tell us about the reason why you became their fan.
That would be wonderful. Okay, listeners. Now, for the last part of today's MIK part, of course, we got more to talk about in terms of Changiha. We've had listeners writing into us, which is great. So, why don't we have a look at some of those messages?
Should I go first?
Yeah, mate.
Alright, so Benny says, Happy Tuesday, SMC and NIve. Wow, the amazing singer and actor 장기하. I know he is one of the top actors and also an indie singer with his band 기하 and the Faces, 장기하와 얼굴들, and probably you'll get to know him on this show when his songs are playing. And my song recommendation that I wanted to hear this week is 뭘 잘못한 걸까요? And 다. Right?
Yeah.
Have a great Tuesday, everyone.
Good. Benny kept it short and sweet. I've also got a message. It's Eleanor. writing in. 장기하, who debuted in 2008 with 장기하와 얼굴들, Kia and the Faces, has shown his music with his own charms so far. I was young at the time, so I didn't know much about 장기하, but I fell in love with his charm after watching the YouTube video 차린 건 쥐뿔도 없지만 of rapper 이영지, and I looked up a lot of songs. The unique lyrics and charming melody keeps ringing in my ears. It caught my heart. My favourite music, 아무것도 없잖아, There is nothing, 장기하와 얼굴들, Kia and the Faces, and 부럽지가 않아, envy none of 장기하. It's funny but sad, it makes me smile. It's nice to be able to see 장기하's musicality well. Absolutely, absolutely. I even, do you know what I loved as well? When I first heard of him, it was because of Kia and the Faces. I love the name of the band. Isn't that such a cool name for a band?
Yeah.
It's legendary, mate. Love that.
It really is. They are, I don't know. There's few artists that I feel like if they stopped promoting themselves, I'd be so sad. 장기하 is one of those like artists that I feel like if they stop promoting, I'd be like so.
Yeah, you're right.
Sad.
You're so right, and because obviously after he was out for a few years actually, and I was kind of missing his music. So when he came out with recent music again, I was so happy. Cool. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the song that I've chosen for the last song today. And I've gone for a song, it's actually, interesting enough, on the same album that you spoke about. So I got a copy, Cheap Coffee, right? Because I think when you talk about 장기하, this is the album, basically, that kind of put him on the map, right? And the song I've gone for is called 정말 없었는지, Really Not There. And, do you know what, this song, for me, is quite, I think, again, it's lyrically, it's quite incredible, because it's a breakup song, but it's a breakup song that doesn't necessarily tell me about how I feel, but it's more relatable than that. It talks about a certain situation, and if you look at streaming sites, people can comment here in Korea, and lots of people say, rather than a standard breakup song, I can relate to this so much more. I mean, just for example, right, you've got amazing lyrics in this one, like, just for example, I wanted to see you one more time, when I opened my eyes, there was 14 minutes left till my alarm would go off. You know, little details like that. He's so telling his story in detail, right? And I think that's more touching. Is that the best way to say it? I think it's more touching in many different ways. And those are the sorts of lyrics that I really, really do love. And the key point is, I wanted to see you one more time, see if you really weren't there anymore next to me. You know, because you can have that feeling when you've seen somebody for a long time and you break up and you kind of feel like they're still there with you, but actually they're not. So for me, it was like, really, really touching lyrics, this song, beautifully done by 장기하. I think that's why he went on the map, you know, people could relate to his stuff, which is great. And this is from 2008, so
that's touching.
Very touching. That is going to be the last song for today. It's been nice talking about 장기하. He will become, I think, like late in 10 years time, 20 years time, a proper legend, I think.
Right.
In
I
Korea.
think he can also do this show by himself, just like invite musicians and just talk about music, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He's that sort of person. I really hope he keeps making music for a long, long, long time. Cool. Buddy, we're almost finished for today's show. Next week, we're talking about a very, very talented
next week we're going to be talking about B2B.
We are. Dude, I'd love you to work with B2B one day. That would fit well with you, I think. Right?
Yeah, B2B.
Yeah.
I know a member there too.
Yeah, okay.
It's
cool.
really, really cool. So, yes, I'm very excited to talk about B2B next week.
Nice. All right, listeners, that's all we have time for today. So next week's B2B. NIve, have a wonderful week.
You too, Sam.
Brilliant. That's it for today's show. Thank you for joining us, guys. I'm back tomorrow. Same time, same place. This is Super K-Pop. I'm your host, Sam Carter. The last song is my pick from 장기하. It's called 정말 없었는지, Really Not There. And we'll say goodbye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
All right, we're done.
All right.
All right.
Ladies and gents, goodbye.
We are done, guys.
같이 나오나? 잠깐만.
You should.
No,
Maybe
no, Sam, no.
You should.
Ah, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Oh man.
See you later, guys. Say bye to NIve.
Bye.